Consider the following collections of books. Annie Moore's Secrets of Droon, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Harry Potter, Goosebumps, American Chillers, Dr. Seuss's collection, Roald Dahl's books,
Oh god.
Hardy Boys, Little House on the Prairie. So what do you think is the most special part about reading like book series as a child?
As separate from like reading a novel?
Well, yeah.
I think it's a continuation. I think it's the whole, they never end. They just keep coming. There's more and more. It's like eating ice cream, but the bowl is never empty. Like there's just more of it.
You know, I enjoy it. I've always enjoyed those kind of series because there was always a sense of excitement that we were like moving towards something. Like, you know, I don't know how the series is going to end, but at some point it is going to end, and it's going to be very exciting.
What do you think a series is? Like, do they have to fall into the same canon? Would you consider an entire collection of books written by an author to belong in the series, or is there some defining properties?
I think what's cool about series is that there's a lot of different ways that they can happen. So like one of those like the biggest one that I can think is like Harry Potter. Like that's a chronological series, and you follow a specific set of characters on a very specific narrative.
I think a series, as written by an author, just has to be in the same world. Not necessarily in the same time, not necessarily by the same people, but I think when someone writes a really good book, even if it's written in modern day times, what they're creating is a place as separate from our own.
Yeah, I think at the core of a series is that there's either a certain character, or a set of characters, or a place that's tracked, whether that's Narnia or that's the Hardy Boys. You're really looking at a place or a set of characters. But something like I love Agatha Christie's murder mysteries, and a lot of them are very similar, and they have a lot of the same themes, but they all have completely different characters for the most part.
So do you have any strong feelings about this type of literature? Is it good? Is it bad?
Well, I'm not sure I would call it literature. That's my point, really.
I remember I wasn't into reading them at first. I really liked to read. For some reason, they didn't stick with me at first. My mom had me read them, but as new books would come out, it was like familiar and felt safe. And even though like it's by no means like a children's story or whatever, I'll still be able to like pull them out and read them and just, it feels lovely. It feels like home. And I know like some friends of mine who were like exchange students would still be able to pull those out and read them, and it would remind them of home.
A lot of people are unreasonably attached to the Harry Potter series, but you know, it was a big moment in their childhood. And it's because they read them for many years, and then like, it's like having a pet hamster. You have it like 5 to 6 years and then it dies.
So reading these books, they kind of give you a sense of like security, or just
Yeah, I would say definitely. And like so attached to the characters from having followed them through their lives basically that you feel like you know them. So I think there's a real sense of security in being able to revisit them.
I think the best series and the best TV shows. I think the best series are the ones that are intelligently written and there's planning that happens. So when you sit down and you write your first story or your first episode, you're looking into the future and seeing what's going to pay off 5 books down the line.
Yeah, do I consider them to be money grabs? Yeah, I think I do. Yes, 90% of cases, a series is a money grab.
I hate endings, honestly. It's just kind of a personal thing. I hate endings. I love continuing to spend more time with characters. So when a series is over, it's like, oh, now what?
I don't know, it was like getting to go back to a place. You know what I mean? Like, you read a book and you meet these new people in this brand new space that, you know, you could never conceive of yourself, especially when you're a kid. Like, you have an imagination, but this feels real. And I think that's one of the things that I really, really enjoyed about reading a book is that, especially fantasy books, because it's someplace entirely new. And when you're reading a series, you get to go back.